Ah. Well, good morning, by God. It's 99.9 on WILD. We're not only do drive you, by God, we drive you absolutely wild with thoughts and topics and all that kind of trippy madness. And uh, talk about the cloudy morning of it all, the fog of war. Interesting enough. And it is what it is. It's 10:26 a.m. Sunday, December the 23rd on your 2018 dial, naturally, here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And it is a sprinkly, rainy, not very cold, it's kind of temperate, uh, December, oddly enough, as it is. And sure enough, my name is W.C. Ingerson, William Chandler Ingerson, Engerson. And I'm out here on Old Trail of Terror Central, as I like to call it, Old St. Brainerd Road. And sure enough, here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I'm not far from a place I sometimes visit and do artwork in. And yeah, for real. And just thought I'd check in and see how it's going up there yonder. And anyway, let's see what's in the news. New York State finally doing something that's independent and very constitutional, actually. They're wanting to legalize marijuana, and I'm all for that. That's how Republic of them. That's a very July 4th, 1776 move that I think it's common ground. I mean, it is. It was FDR that basically banned marijuana on the guise of taxes, but they banned marijuana. The Progressive Socialist Democrats did, and since then they've been jailing people for pot use and pot sales for a long time, and they've empowered themselves. They've made themselves quite wealthy off of it, destroyed families and broken up homes and persecuted people. Since 1937, the Democrat Party has. And sure enough, over marijuana use. And yeah, they have. And of course, the Progressive Socialist Republicans have gone along with it. And somehow, you have to understand that was the Ku Klux Klan Democrats and Republicans, I guess, of somewhat nature. They tried to make marijuana into a racial thing, when all it really was is the Democrat women, the Ku Klux Klan Democrat, white supremacist suffrage movement or something of Woodrow Wilson time period, are the ones that banned alcohol and started the prohibition on alcohol. But of course, FDR had the marijuana basically banned in the federal government and all that movement. That was more to increase whiskey sales. And yeah, that's basically what it was. They didn't want you smoking pot. They wanted you drinking whiskey and beer. And how progressive of them, yeah. And of course, they created a lot of alcoholics in the military, and I'm sure that was somehow that was a Democrat Christian movement, or if you want to call it that. Yeah. Oh, I could still drink to that. But anyway, so I'm all for the state of New York, and that's about the most sanest thing that what's his name, Cuomo, has done is to go ahead and pass the legalization of marijuana and propose it. That really is. It's not reefer madness, it's reefer sanity-ness, actually. And I'll give Mr. Cuomo marijuana smoking credits on that one. That's mighty American of him. It's not a progressive movement. It was the progressives that banned pot. Y'all remember that. You have to go back in history. No, who did what? If you don't, you're just a blind fool. And you wouldn't even know that Babe Ruth was a baseball player. But anyway, or Hank Aaron for that matter. You wouldn't even know they were baseball players if you don't look back in history. But yeah, for real. Just like you wouldn't know that the reason women aren't allowed in baseball is because Jackie Mitchell pitched out Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig in 1931. That's why females aren't allowed in baseball. Now, that all happened here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, in Ingalls Stadium. Made American and world history. But of course, you know, the Major League Baseball don't want you to know that. They want to cover that up, don't they? How nice of them. Yeah. So I'm all for women being in Major League Baseball, but that's a Republic mindset. It's not a Democrat mindset. No. It's not a progressive mindset. Not really. No. But anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? But let's see. What else is in the news? Something about Volkswagen. Something about them saying F America. That's the F like truck without the T. America, and that came across their dashboard or something or whatnot with their advertisements. I've got no problem with that. Yes, F America. That's how Volkswagen feels, and they've been F-ing America for quite some time, actually. Actually, the Volkswagen Corporation, its original drawings and its concept of the car came from Ferdinand Porsche, was the inventor of Volkswagen. And Ferdinand Porsche from Czechoslovakia, and from what I understand, that's in Sarajevo or Hungary, somewhere, one of the Czech republics. And he was part Austrian, and he was part, I believe, Hungarian, or like say, Czechoslovakian. Now, when the Nazis came into power, they more or less gave Ferdinand option, either join the Nazi movement, join Hitler's party, or basically be put to death. The Germans hijacked the Volkswagen concept car and basically seized and controlled Volkswagen. Renamed it. Hitler gave it the name Volkswagen, the people's car, and all this other horse manure. So your Volkswagen Corporation actually doesn't belong to Germany. It actually belongs to the Czechoslovakia, or the people in Hungary or whatnot. I wouldn't since Austria was a very supporter of the Nazi movement at the time, in Adolf Hitler's birthplace, I wouldn't give them any economic credits or credibility to that at all. So, but the regions of Czechoslovakia and the State Republic of that area, aside from Austria, have deserve rightful ownership of the Volkswagen Corporation. And Yeah, for real. So that's rightful ownership of Volkswagen. It's not Germany. And since genocide bastard himself, Adolf Hitler, named the car or renamed the car Volkswagen, I think the name should be changed. Really do. So I think the United Nations has a little bit of an agenda to do. That would be rightfully so, and that would be to have the Volkswagen Corporation return its power back to the origins of its creator, and that was Ferdinand Porsche. And sure enough, and give it back to its rightful owners. Talk about stolen art, Nazi looted art. Well, the Nazis looted the concept of Volkswagen, and sure enough, so Czechoslovakia or whatever that region, those states or nation states should all get an equal share of Volkswagen and just rename the car company, because People's Car Company should not be responsible for the genocide of so many people. And so yeah, that would be it's not social justice, that's actual origins of justice. Return what was stolen from Ferdinand Porsche. And yeah, it's something the UN needs to, in The Hague, needs to rule on, because Germany and the United States and Britain have all been doing a lot of progressive socialism over the years, and Shanghaiing people and ripping them off, and and just not doing right by folks, and taking credit for stuff that wasn't theirs to take credit for in the first place. They're nothing but a bunch of thieves. And yeah, and so yeah, that's honest to God's food for thought of a corporation that should go back to its origins and its creator. And it is what it is. And I would like for the UN to look into that and making a ruling on that. And the European Union should do that as well. And get rid of the Naziistic VW. Yeah. Give it, and just reform it. And sure enough. Anyway, let's see. And rename it. What else is in the news? Well, there's about to be a government shutdown, or there is, or something of that nature. And sure enough. And yeah. So I thought that y'all mention that. I mentioned that. It's at an impasse. And sure enough, you're cleaning house. There's a whole lot going on to cleaning a house. Yeah. Or cleaning a country up. And make it real again. And sure enough, and it's 10:39 a.m. Sunday, December the 23rd on your 2018 dollar in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I'm out here at the old Star Buckaroos, and yeah, visiting. And we'll talk to y'all a little bit later. Y'all take care now, and have a good morning. And bye-bye.